Determine if the triangles are similar. If they are, write a similarity statement. And it also tells you that segment QP is parallel to segment ST. Okay? Now, today I said that our goal is to find two pairs of angles that are congruent. Okay? And what they've told you here is we have parallel lines. Now, even if they didn't tell you this, in your diagram you can see the arrows there. That means parallel. Okay? So you can assume that even if they didn't tell you that. Okay, so why does that matter? Okay, well, let's just sketch a picture here. If I drew this picture and I said, what kind of angles are these? What would you guys tell me? Yeah, opposite interior or alternate interior angles, right? And when we have parallel lines, those are congruent. Well, if you extend these lines, it's the exact same picture, only with two different transversals. So what happens is angle P is congruent to angle S, and angle Q is congruent to angle T, because those are alternate interior angles. And they're congruent because you have parallel lines. So, is there enough information to show that these triangles are similar? Yes, you only need two pairs of angles, right? Okay, so what does it mean by write a similarity statement? Should look like this. Triangle PQR is similar to triangle, and then you have to figure out what matches up based upon the markings. Don't be confused with bottom angle, top angle, whatever. You want to go based upon the markings. So angle P has one arc, and so in the other triangle, angle S has one arc, so you're going to say S, and then what matches up with Q is T, and then R. So PQR is similar to STR. Any questions on how I got that? So if you rearranged it and you did like QPR or RPQ, that's okay, as long as you rearrange this one also so that the same letters match up. Okay, in this picture, we could have also marked vertical angles congruent. So in this particular picture, we have three pairs of angles that are congruent. Is that okay? Yeah, it sure is. Okay? By angle-angle similarity postulate, if you have two angles that are congruent, the third one has to be congruent anyway because every triangle has 180 degrees. Okay? You only have to show that two are congruent. But more information is better than not enough, so three is also okay. Any questions about that? Okay. Example number 2. Write a similarity statement, then find the value of the variable. Okay. Again, let's explore parallel lines cut by a transversal. What kind of angles are those? Huh? They are on the same side, but the only thing that we had that was called same side was same side interior, and not both of these are interior. But you're right, they are on the same side. What was the other one that we had? Corresponding. Okay? These are corresponding. Well, if you look in our diagram, we actually have corresponding angles right here. And we have corresponding angles right here. And how many triangles are in this picture? There's actually two triangles in this picture, right? We have this smaller triangle and then we have the larger triangle as well. I did that kind of thick, but you get the picture. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to draw two separate triangles, just like I did in the notes last night. So this is the smaller triangle, ECD, that blue triangle. And I think I'm going to start my markings over here because I want to make sure that this looks nice for you guys. There we go. Ugh. Also, the big triangle, ABD. What can you say about those two triangles, the small triangle and the big triangle? What can you say about them? They're similar. How do you know? Okay, what's that? What's our justification going to be? What's it called? Angle similarity. That's right. So, our similarity statement would be something like triangle ECD is similar to triangle ABD. Our reason would be angle similarity. Okay. Again, this one has extra information. If you marked angle D congruent to itself because of the reflexive property, that's great too. All right, so let's put some measurements on here now. In that smaller triangle, we know that ED is 15. We know that DC is 12. And in the larger triangle, how long is AD? How long is AD? It's 20, right? Because it's the 5 plus 15. You add those together, yes? How long is BD? It might be 17. But we don't know. How long is BD? Okay. What if Y was 3? How long would BD be? 15. What if Y was 8? What would BD be? We'll see. What if it was 3? How long would BD be? Anyone? If Y is 3, how long is BD? We are going to find Y, yes, but how can we write the length of BD as just an expression? Use a Y in it, that's fine. How long is BD? What did you just say we had to do? Okay, so what am I writing? 12 plus y, right? Which is different than 12y, because I've heard that a lot. It's not 12y, because 12y is multiplication. 12 plus y is what you do want, however. Okay? So 12 plus y. With me? Okay. So now, we know that these triangles are similar. And anytime we have similar polygons, what do we know about the angles? What do we know about corresponding angles? They're congruent. And what do we know about corresponding sides?
I'm confused.
So angles are congruent, sides are proportional, so we shall write a proportion, which is just a ratio equal to a ratio, or a fraction equal to a fraction. Okay? So what matches up? I'm going to say 15 matches up with what? 20. And 12 matches up with, okay? And how do we solve a proportion? Shoestring or cross multiply, yes? And so before I do that, I'm going to put parentheses around the 12 plus y, and I encourage you to do the same, because that is a quantity that you're going to have to distribute into. Okay? So we're going to cross multiply here, and we get 15 times 12 plus y equals 12 times 20. Solve. We distribute in. And somebody help me out, 15 times 12? How much? 180? I think last hour got 180. And then 15 times y is 15y equals 12 times 20, so 240. We want to get the 5y by its, or the 15y by itself, so we're going to subtract 180. And we get 15y equals 60. Divide by 15 and we get y equals 4. Now, somebody said earlier, doesn't y have to be 5? No, they have to be proportional. They don't have to be equal. Okay? So 5 over 15 would have to equal 4 over 12, and if you checked that, it would work out. Okay?